If someone were to have asked you what was wrong with Manchester United last season, you'd have saved yourself a fair bit of time by instead explaining what was right with the club. A scattergun approach to transfer business, a fractured dressing room, 3 different managers and a debate over whether the club's top goalscorer was actually holding them back all contributed towards United recording their lowest points tally of the Premier League era. As the one-year anniversary of Ralph Rangnick's suggestion that the squad was in need of open-heart surgery draws closer, United look unrecognizable when compared to the team who confirmed yet another trophyless season as early as March 2022. Erik ten Hag's arrival was the catalyst for change at Old Trafford. Transfer activity has been measured and properly researched. Cracks in the dressing room are no longer an issue. The Dutchman has started to create a path back to the summit of English football, and his rules won't be bent to pander to the demands of any individual. Of course, the period of transition from last season's bonfire of a campaign and this term's refresh hasn't been all smooth sailing. Back-to-back defeats to Brighton and Brentford saw Ten Hag kick off his tenure where Rangnick left off, while the humbling defeats to Manchester City and Liverpool certainly won't be appearing on a DVD in the United megastore anytime soon. One of the biggest issues to have plagued United over the past decade has been their inability to improve, and even get the best out of, their players. This is perhaps the most flamboyant of feathers to have been added to Ten Hag's cap since his Old Trafford arrival, with some of last season's underperforming stars now looking like totally different players. Marcus Rashford is a prime example of this, having already surpassed the best single-season goal tally of his career. The England international has been heavily criticised by former United skipper Roy Keane in recent years, with the Irishman implying Rashford didn't have the character needed to be a leader at the club. I looked at Rashford closely today, who has had a lot of plaudits over the past few months, and he's still a young man, but his body language was shocking, really shocking, Keane said of Rashford following a defeat to Arsenal back in 2020. He was shrugging his shoulders when things weren't going his way. You roll your sleeves up at Manchester United. When things aren't going your way, that's when you look at your leaders and characters. Spirits weren't exactly high after United lost both of their opening Premier League outings this season, but Rashford stood up when his club needed him most, scoring the winner against Liverpool to notch Ten Hag's first points as manager. The academy graduate has scored 14 in his last 22 league outings for United, proving he has the character needed to thrive on the biggest stage, and the faith shown in him by Ten Hag has undoubtedly been central to his Old Trafford renaissance. Rashford isn't the only United star Ten Hag has helped to prove Keane wrong this season. Back in January 2020, when Christian Eriksen was nearing a mid-season exit from Tottenham, the Dane was linked with a United switch prior to his move to Inter Milan. Would I take him? Not if I was manager of Man United, Keane said of a possible move. I think he will get a move, he's on a free, but I don't think he'll improve those teams, and that's the key for a club like Man United who are trying to close the gap. He won't make Man United better. Oh, how wrong he was. Eriksen's absence has been sorely felt since picking up an injury against Reading in the FA Cup in January. His partnership with Casemiro has arguably been as pivotal to United's transformation as the one formed by Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. Keane's suggestion that Eriksen wouldn't improve United has now been consigned to the file of regularly reappearing social media clips showing ex-pundit making a stupid claim about ex-player. From the home dugout location to United's standing in the Premier League table, Ten Hag's influence can be seen everywhere at United. Nowhere more so is that true than in the dressing room, and Ten Hag deserves huge praise for the work he's done at the club so far. Rashford and Eriksen have been key to the club's revival. Keane could not have been more wrong.
Now